The cat has already decided to join me, so this is gonna be interesting. Oh, okay, this is not gonna work. So sorry, love you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. It's Joe. Let me adjust this. It is not wanting to focus on my face. Should I bring it closer? I don't know if that did anything. It's not wanting to focus on my face, but the lighting, not that great, but I really don't want to turn on my overhead light. Is anybody else weird like that? I don't like turning on my overhead light, so I'll turn on my bathroom light, my closet light, my lamp, anything to avoid turning on my overhead light in my bedroom, because it's not the vibe. It's very bright, and it's just, you know what? 6 o'clock in the afternoon, no need for all that. Welcome to today's video. I am going to sit down and do a Q&A that I have been saying that I was going to do for a really long time, a few months, but I'm finally sitting down to film it, so hopefully I can get that edited and uploaded very, very soon. I got off of work a little bit early today. I have my cute little resort refillable mug that I actually just got back from a resort and refilled it, so it does have Fanta. I know, no Coke, who am I? But I already had my Coca-Cola today. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and we're just gonna get straight into the video. I have not organized these. This is just a collage of questions. I posted a question little box thing, whatever it's called, on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you would have no idea what I'm talking about. But that is where today's questions come from. Let me grab my phone charger. Phone charger is plugged in because my phone may die. Also, Vader case. I think I've already shown this off, but still. First question: do you see yourself working for Disney in the foreseeable future? That is a great question. That's a really interesting one to start with, actually. As of right now, I like what I'm doing. Like, I don't love quick service, but I like the company that I work for, and I love my job. I love going into work every day. I love living down here. I'd say I see myself probably staying in Florida for the very foreseeable future. I would say that I see myself working for Disney in the foreseeable future, but how long is foreseeable? Like, I am only 20 years old. I would like to be with the company as long as I possibly can, but I still have not graduated college. I don't really know what I'm gonna do after that. I think I'm gonna stay in Florida no matter what. But yeah, I would say probably. I like what I'm doing. There's no sense in doing anything else at the moment. So like, if in the future another opportunity presents itself, maybe I'll reconsider, but as of right now, yeah, I'd say I see myself working for Disney in the foreseeable future. Second question: anything you regret doing / not doing on your program? Unfortunately, yes, I do regret some things, which I hate that I have to say that about my program. There's nothing that I really regret doing. It's mainly just regrets on not doing. Just make the most of your program. Take advantage of everything. There's a lot of like the Discover Disney things that I wish I would have signed up for that I never did. The program is just fun. Like, it's different now that I'm full-time because it's like I live here and I see all the new CPs come in and they're like, I'm seen now as like a full-timer, and it's just like, it's a different dynamic, and I feel old already because I'm no longer on my program. So just make the most of your program. But anything off the top of my head that I regret doing / not doing, like I said, I regret not signing up for a lot of the Discover Disneys. I don't know. I really don't have too many regrets, actually. I'm pretty happy with the way that my program was, and I'm pretty happy with where I am right now, so I really don't have too many regrets. I had a lot of questions asking about money. So this one was money an issue while doing the DCP? Any suggestions on how to make money last longer? Yes, money is an issue. I would be lying to you if I said that it was not. With rent, I was in a 2x2, so I was in the cheapest housing possible. So I paid, I think it was $185 a week, and they actually just raised the price as of January, so now it's $195 a week. The good thing about that is that Flamingo takes it right out of your paycheck, so you don't have to worry about anything else. They just go ahead and take it out. But then I felt like every time that I was getting my paycheck, I felt like there's something about being full-time that I feel like, yes, I make like $1 more than the CP, or like, you know, like it's a very small raise from the CP, but I feel like I make a lot more money than I did on my program, and I'm not really sure where all of that money went. But definitely, with starting your program, you need to come down here with a massive savings. I'd be lying to you if I said anything else. I came down here with a lot of money saved up, and it helps me out a lot because you need groceries, you need stuff for the apartment. Like, you're gonna want to go do things. You're gonna see stuff in the stores that you're gonna want to buy, and it's like, you should splurge on that kind of stuff because it's your Disney college program. Like, you should make the most of that and take advantage of everything. And that does mean spending quite a bit of money. So I just suggest coming down with a massive savings. Any tips on how to make it last longer? I would say, for me, I tried to set aside at least $100 a paycheck to go to my savings every week that I was getting paid. I tried to set aside at least $100 just to put towards my savings. Was that always the case? Absolutely not, because I was spending money all the time, because that's what you do on the college program. I have not met one person that money has not been an issue. Like, you're definitely making enough to live off of, but it's the fact of, like, when you go to the parks, you're not just going to ride the rides. You're gonna walk through the shops, you're gonna see stuff that you wanna buy, you're gonna pass by a food place that smells really good, you're gonna wanna eat something. Like, it's not just as simple as, like, saving your money. Any tips on how to make it last longer? I would say, think about what you buy. Don't just buy something because you think that it's cute and it's gonna go out of stock soon. But yes, I'd be lying to you if I said that money was not an issue. It very much so is. You just gotta be careful with what you buy. Factor in, like, because you're not just paying for rent. If you have a car, you're paying for gas, you're paying for food, you're paying for, there's a lot that, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. Did you have a lot of work experience before starting the program? No, I don't think so, at least. I got my first job when I turned 17, I think, and that was just because I ran cross country in the fall and track in the spring, so I really didn't have a whole lot of free time, like during the school year. And like during the summer I had free time, but I was just enjoying it and taking it off from school. So like, no, I got my first job when I was 17 at a dog daycare, and I worked quite a bit at that job, but that was the first job that I had ever had. Like, that became my summer job, and like I'd work a little bit during the school year, but mainly during the summer. And then after that job, I worked at a museum for my college, and I didn't get a whole lot of hours there. So like, those were both of my like previous job experiences before coming to Disney. So like, I had work experience. Would you label it a lot of work experience? That's up to you. I'm 20 now. I got my first job when I was 17, so I don't know, I guess it just kind of varies in your opinion. But yeah, how either of those equivalated to quick service is kind of beyond me. Because at the time that I applied for my college program, there were no phone interviews. It was the time right after COVID, so I couldn't like specify what I wanted my role to be or what I preferred or anything like that. The only one that we could prefer was lifeguarding, I think. How either one of those equaled quick service, not really sure. Here I am. Can you have a pet in Flamingo? No. You can have an ESA, which is an emotional support animal, but they do not allow pets. I don't know. I didn't have an ESA. I just got my cat whenever I moved out of Flamingo. Like, got her like from home. Like, I had her at home. Got her from home whenever I moved out of Flamingo, so that way I didn't have to worry about all of that. So no, they do not allow pets, but they do allow emotional support animals. Do you recommend the program? Absolutely. Like, there is nobody that I have ever told not to do the program. Like, it's just, I 100% recommend this program for this program, as if I'm still on my program. I 100% recommend the Disney College program to everybody. Like, it's such a unique experience that you don't get anywhere else, and without it I wouldn't have a lot of the friends that I have, and I would not have moved out of Cape Girardeau, Missouri to come live in Orlando, Florida without it, because there's no way that I would just apply full-time and go from there. Oh, Be Real. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Anyways, Be Real has been taken. I completely lost my train of thought, so I don't know where we just were. Oh yes, 110% recommend the program. This program is just so unique. You can't do it anywhere else. Let's see. Did you take online classes? No. So they did not, like, it wasn't like a requirement that I had to take college classes at the same time. And I knew that with working over 40 hours a week, that was probably gonna kill me. So I did not take online classes during my program. Let's see, did you have insane work hours? I don't know what you'd classify as insane, because from my perspective, they weren't crazy. When I first started out with festivals, I was working 6-hour shifts every single day. My program started in June. By probably late August to early September is when I was getting the longer shifts, like 12 to 10, 11 to 9, if you want to classify that as insane work hours. I think it just depends on the person. For me, it wasn't insane. Time went by kind of slow, but other than that, I didn't really think that it was that crazy. Now, when I'm, like, as I'm full-time, my work hours are kind of insane. It does also vary on, like, your role and location. So, like, because my home park was Epcot, we closed at 9 every day. So the latest that I was out was 10. And the same with studios. For the most part, I think we went through a brief period where we closed at 10. I think now we close at 9:30. I don't even know. When I first started at studios, it was the same thing. We closed at 9. So, like, the latest that I was there was 10, maybe 10:30. But, like, Magic Kingdom, for example, closes at 11. So, like, you might be there until 12:30, 1 o'clock. So, like, I think it just depends on your point of view of insane work hours. But I didn't really think that mine were insane. I did usually reach about 43 hours a week, give or take. How likely are your chances that you're selected? So when I applied, the chances were really, really high, at least from what I had heard and from what I had gathered. I really didn't interact with anybody who didn't get accepted. I don't know how it is now, because they did bring back the phone interview. That was not there when I was there. When I applied, we did not have the phone interview. So I have no idea. Used to, like, way back when, like before COVID, it was very hard to get into. It was very competitive. But by the time that I applied, it was seemed very simple to get into, but I don't know how it is right now. What's the application process like? So I kind of touched on this briefly. I did not have the phone interview, so I just went straight from the application online to the web-based interview, which is kind of just like a questionnaire, to waiting 3 weeks until I got my email that said that I was accepted. So that was the application process for me. Now they have phone interviews back. So that is going to be after the WBI. So, like, where I waited the 3 weeks is when the phone interview would happen. And I believe that they email you, from what I've gathered from friends of mine, I believe that they email you, like, a rough estimate of when they're going to call you, like, based on, like, a 7-day period or something like that. I have no idea. I could be completely off. And yeah, they just call you. It's usually about, like, it's not a very long phone call, just asking you typical stuff, a typical job interview type thing. There's countless YouTube videos that you could watch on the phone interviews, but those are back. So that takes place right after the web-based interview, and then the waiting period until you hopefully get accepted. How do days off work? Can I request off certain dates? Days off for CPs, at least from my experience, was really, really hard. It was like every single day that I would request off, they'd give me like the day before and the day after, but they would never give me the day of, which I think is just so weird. I don't know how the scheduling system works. So from my experience, the only days that I actually got approved off as a CP was the dates that I put in, I want to say it was August. It was July or August, and I put them in for January, and 4 out of 5 of those got approved. But that was a massive, massive gap. Anything that I put in before that didn't get approved. Now that I'm full-time, a lot easier to get time off, ranking on when you get time off, but because I'm full-time, I'm above that. So it's a lot easier for me to get time off. So that's why I'm able to go home so much and take the trips that I want to take and everything, and take off when friends come in, that kind of stuff, because it's just easier now that I'm full-time, because I do have that somewhat seniority. How to deal with parents supporting you. I was very, very fortunate in the sense that both of my parents supported me and knew, if you hear anything, I am so sorry, my cat is eating right next to the camera. But I was very, very fortunate that both of my parents supported me, my extended family supported me, grandparents, all that jazz. But this is something that I had been talking about doing since I was in middle school. So it was very much so on the table that like any chance that I got, I was gonna apply for it. I think it's a very tricky thing when they don't, because you know that parents want the best for you. That's a tough one. I wish I could help. When did you apply? Oh, I feel so old. It is June now. It's June of 2023. I applied in January of 2022. So I applied a year and a half ago. The fact that I can say that is insane. And we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the first day of my college program, which is just so crazy. So crazy that I, in just a few weeks, can say that I've been here for a full year. Do you recommend this program if a career in Disney is what you want to have? Yes. In the sense that I would not be here full-time working for the company had it not been for the college program. So yes, definitely if you have in mind, unless you're like from the Orlando area, then I think definitely skip out on the program and just go straight into being part-time or full-time. If you're not from this area, definitely I do recommend the college program to start out your career for Disney. It really does help. Your college program does not count towards your seniority with the company. Like my technical like hire date for the company is like sometime at the end of January, like January 23rd, January 29th maybe? Something like that. Of 2023 is like technically my hire date with the company because they don't count your college program. So like I've been here for almost a year, but they only count when my college program ended and I actually started full-time. So it's a little bit tricky, but I do recommend doing the college program first, especially. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I claim all the time that my apartment is haunted, but I just watched that cord on my chair move. Maybe I'll do a little haunted story time soon because I swear this place, there's something. Anyways, we're gonna change the subject. But yes, I do recommend doing the college program if you want a career in Disney because I think it's a really good starter, and I think it's very good to tell if you like actually are going to enjoy working for the company or not. So yes, answer is yes. Do you think spring or fall is better for your program? I did the fall. I'm biased towards the fall. I have friends that did the spring, and I do think that fall is better. Maybe I'm biased just because that's what I did, but yeah, I think that fall lasts longer because then you get to go through all of the holidays and everything. However, if you are a homebody and you want to be home for the holidays, maybe do the spring. I struggled a lot and I didn't think I was going to struggle a lot, and I struggled a lot. So if you're a homebody like me and love to be with your family, maybe do the spring. But if you really don't think that it's gonna matter, do the fall, because I am biased towards the fall and I loved it. How was moving into housing? Move-in day was a lot, and I've talked about this in one of my previous videos. Move-in day is a lot. There's a lot of emotions happening, a lot of stress, trying to get everything done. My whole body is shaking. Anyways, how was moving into housing? Like I said, I talked about it in one of my previous videos. Move-in day is a lot. There's a lot of emotions, it's just a lot. You're meeting all kinds of new people, so many new experiences. It's very tiring, very overwhelming. Fortunately, I had my family there to help me move everything in. And then once everything was moved upstairs, I was able to set it up how I wanted it. But it is very overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie to you. How many days off do you get and what do you do on an off day? So funny that you ask, because today I'm actually filming a day in my life. Well, I guess it's not an off day, but it is a day in my life. But how many off days do you get? You're required to get 2 per schedule drop. As full-time, I have RDOs, so regular days off. My off days are Wednesday and Thursday of every week, and that's like, just because I'm full-time, I get to bid for that, and those are my days off. But on the college program, you do not have that, so it can be completely random, but you are required to have 2 off days every schedule drop. However, you can still work 12 days in a row because they could schedule you Sunday and Monday off of one week, and then Friday and Saturday off of the next week, and you have to work all of that in between. So you're required to get 2 days off every scheduled week, but you could still work 12 days in a row. Or is that 10 days? It's definitely 10 days. Last and final question. How was your experience in the DCP? I did a full video on this if you want to go check it out. If not, you don't have to. I can sum it up right now. But I mean, my experience was very good. Like I said, I recommend this program to everybody. The cat just decided to join me. Overall, loved my experience and I recommend the program to everybody. You gonna take a seat next to me? Oh, shit, yeah. I know I'm sitting in your chair. What am I doing? I love you. I will never ever get an animal that loves me as much as this cat does. That is all of the questions that I have for now. I hope that you gained something out of this video. If not, I'm sorry. Let me know if you want me to do a haunted story time series because I could definitely say quite a few things. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you're feeling, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace and love. You want to say bye to the vlog? It's not a vlog. Do you want to say bye to the camera? Say bye to the video? Close it out for me? Go on, say bye to the camera. Look where I'm looking. You're so funny.